Hey there folks, and welcome to another GT7 weekly challenges of November week 1, in other words, November 7th to November 13th. Starting at the American Sunday Cup 600 at Ram Valley Highway 1 Reverse, which I am driving a Ford F-150 SVT Raptor 2011 because I forgot to check the rest of the events. Yeah, I just realized there's a truck event too, so enjoy a truck weekend, as the saying goes. But other to say, this F-150 SVT Raptor has sports mediums and gets up to the speed of sports speed, so 300 kilometers per hour. So there's a chance to hit 186, and it works. 186 miles per hour. Yeah, I just thought, like, you know, I'm gonna drive a truck because this is like one of the events where it's not FR only. You can drive any American car. Because yeah, you really can't do much with the Focus either. So these events are the only way that's gonna make use out of those certain vehicles. Say, because the only American FF car we have is a Ford Focus. Not much else. Oh, and if I recall, the Tesla Model S, I think it's called, the previous one before the E, that one is an RR drive too, so you technically would have to use it for this event as well. Because the FR event is 550, this is 600. So it's like that for some reason, even though my biggest problem about the Tesla S, it only goes 130 miles per hour, which is like really bad. And then the Tesla E is not much better, it only goes like 155. Cause yeah, it goes public speed, shockingly. You know, for its motor, it goes even faster in public speeds, no matter what you do. Even if you detune it, it's still going fast as heck. And that's why I basically just hate the Teslas in general, because they just have a crappy transmission at the end of it that you cannot tweak at all. But yeah, back to the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor, basically just driving this because I just want fun with the big old heavy truck at the end of it. And do some testing grounds, doing sports speed with this, because yeah, I have two other candidates that are doing sports speeds as well. Which I end up accidentally hitting that truck. I don't know how the heck I did that, but I did. Yeah. And then the real competition for this event, well, somewhat, it's the Viper. So I just got up here like really quick at the end of the day. But yep, just driving that today. Technically not much going on besides the fact I had to technically do the record of this again because it decided to there's a big terrible glitch when it comes to Share Factory. When you do like partial the recording, you save it and you exit out and you come back later, chances are the whole thing gets corrupted and you have to just turn around and do it again, which really sucks because that basically leads me to say I need to do the whole recording in one go, which is very difficult sometimes when videos are like this are very long, and this is what led to me having to upload this episode a day later than what should be. So in case anyone wants to know what happened, that's what happened. So, me recording like 49 minutes here, because I'm not going to record a whole lot on that last bit there, but yeah, I hate that crap, it's stupid, they need to fix that crap, but they ain't gonna fix that crap, because I don't know how much they support Share Factory, so you know, it's like, one way or the other, a stupendous shit at the end of it. Just dumb, just very dumb. Very dumb and not a cool thing to do, but other to say, yeah, basically got Camaro SS's, got, which is kind of funny, because you have, like, siblings and siblings sitting next to each other, because seeing the Mustang Mach and the Boss next to each other is kind of shocking to see, and it kind of shows, like, who's the better at the end of the day, or who's going to be the better at the end of the day. I'm going to say the Boss just has to struggle passing the Mach at the end of the day, maybe, or the Mach has better top speed. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I mean, I am really shocked that the Challenger eventually passed the Viper GTS, though. That's really shocking there. And then you have the Camaro SS and the Z28. The SS definitely passed the Z28 at some point. Because I know that was in the front of the SS, but I know the SS just turned around and just beat that now. Now it might be just getting to the Mustangs, because in terms of competition, that would be the other one. It would be the Camaro SS. And then we just have a Focus ST. It's like, oh hi. Since, I mean, like I said, there's no other spot for Focus ST to go to at the end of the day, unless it's another American general event at the end of the day, but that's really about it, what you have for it, and such. Yep, so just taking the F-150 to victory at this point, because it is surprisingly still quick, even if the sports mediums. I guess I should have tried sports hards. But, yeah, that's pretty quick enough. I just figured it was kind of slow, but no, it's good enough. Then again, though, reminder, it has like 530 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower for a big, heavy truck. Which, speaking of trucks, like I will say, and I probably say this again, since the recording took this out, when it comes to trucks, I want mid-sized trucks, not these heavy, clunky, off-road built trucks at the end of it. Because here's the thing, I could talk crap about the Raptor any moment. The problem is I gotta remind myself the Raptor is also really good at off-road stuff, and it was made in mind to do border chases and stuff. So I gotta remind myself that yeah, it's probably this chunky to begin with because of that specific reason. Well, maybe also cafe tax too, perhaps, on that matter. But yeah, there's like a couple of reasons to that at the end of it. And it's still kind of shocking we only have the 2011 version, not the later versions. Weird. But yeah, that's basically it for the Ford SVT Raptor and such. Yeah, I've had two other special event. We got a special event here at Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40B 1 make series at Alsace Test Course Reverse. Okay, I am driving as I basically said, which is the Land Cruiser. But yeah, driving basically the same Land Cruiser. Although a little tweak though, because it's made in mind for now the modern 130 miles per hour. But yeah, you'll be seeing this eventually and try it's eventually enough. I will say it's really down on the list as the thing goes. But yeah, as I was back to saying on American Trucks, because I forgot to throw this on the American Trucks side of things. If there's two vehicles I would like to have that Gran Turismo should add, they should add the Maverick Lobo and then the GMC Cyclone. Those are two crazy street trucks I can think of, because when it comes to Gran Turismo, I'm thinking street trucks and stuff. I'm not thinking off-road trucks, because it's tough to say, because Gran Turismo is not real much of an off-road game, even though they're trying to be, but it's like an imitation of not, even though they own Pikes Peak, but they don't really use Pikes Peak, so it's like one way or the other, to say. Yeah, because just say, they own the rights to Pikes Peak, they ain't doing crap with it. Like, at all, besides slapping Gran Turismo stickers on cars that do the Pikes Peak event at the end of the day. That's the only thing I've basically seen, is that, oh, they got sticker rights, but they don't really do anything with the track at the end of the day, which could be a legend to do. But they ain't doing it. So it's like, at this point, they're just, it feels like a hostage rights, and I hate that. That's just very scummy. Because you're not doing anything with it. Like, you're just holding it at the end of the day. This is like patent rights all over again. But speaking of, fuck you, Nintendo, you got fucked. This thing goes. Because yeah, they try to fucking patent, they tried to patent the whole capture feature. The thing I thought they made? No. They also got fucked on that too, as it turns out. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy they got fucking shot in the foot at the end of the day. But then again, as the saying goes, their systems are not even selling that well to begin with. So, as the saying goes. But yeah, just driving the Toyota Land Cruiser to victory, because I might as well drive really quick about this. And heck, we go and talk Logful, because there's not really much else to say about the Land Cruiser, because besides, you know, the successor to is the, I would say, the Suzuki Jimny. I kind of consider the Jimny kind of that successor to the Toyota Land Cruiser. If you look at the similarities going on there. And considering Suzuki's owned by Toyota, so there's the other thing. That's why Suzuki's not as crazy, because it at the end of the day it's owned by Toyota. Toyota does what they want with them. It's freaking crazy too, because they got so many brands underneath their belt. It's a real Japanese monopoly over there. Speaking of ownership, the other thing to mention is, what is it? Oh yeah, they're making a new brand. Speaking of, they're making an even more luxurious brand, something to rival with Voice of all things, which is Century, which is based off their Toyota Century car. The Century car is now going to be moving over to there, and it's going to be cost at the high dollars, probably like in the 100,000s or so, for just for a sedan, for God's sakes. So in case for those high classies, there you go, you can have a high dollar sedan. Or this is to response to the whole people who wanted that high dollar limousine cars that they offered only at Japan, I will say. Because a lot of people wanted that car at the end of the day, but they weren't able to because it's only Japan only, unless they ship it through illegally, probably illegally. I guess the other thing to mention about this event here was special. There's only 3 actual colors of the Toyota Land Cruiser here. The yellow here I have is legit one, but there's like a more mustard yellow one. That's not a real one. So in case you're wondering if there's any unique color ones, there is. Cause yeah, there was the like black one, there was a white one, there was a red one. Those are also not real as well. The only ones that are real is the blue and the gray one. So I think there was also a green one there too. That also wasn't there, or also ain't legit either. But it's kind of cool that they kind of did that. Even though, here's the thing though, it's kind of crazy they kept the stickers on the truck at the end of it, because when you do vinyl decal, it tells you that you have to take the decal off when you color it and stuff, which I call BS, because they really shouldn't let you shouldn't be able to do that, or you should be able to, you know, do that to say. Off to the pickup truck race at Colorado Springs Lake, I will say also. Which I am driving the Toyota Tundra. I should have made a dirt decal of this, but I just drove this at the end of the day, because I'm driving like every truck, basically. If you count the Land Cruiser as a truck, which I kind of don't, it's SUV. The Jeep technically is a truck, I would say, but people will probably debate and say it's more of an off-roader, which I agree, it's an off-roader too. I say truck because the fact that it has a soft top, you can pop the soft top off and then, oh look, you have a pickup back. That thing goes. You know, I mean, it's your pickup back, but you can put things in it at the end of the day. But yeah, speaking of vinyl again, it's freaking stupid that when you try to color the vehicle and you're trying to keep the decal on it, they want you to take the decal off. Which, when the AI as you see now in the one mic race kept the decal on, that's kind of BS. Like, you just allowed them to just do it anyways. It's like, come on. And that decal is technically more special than a regular sticker, because yeah, you can turn around and re-sticker it, but the thing is, it will not be the same. There's some cases the decal that was on that was more flashier than the decal you're just gonna re-stick on at the end of it. Which is dumb. Very dumb. But yep, just driving the Toyota Tundra. I did notice something about these trucks here. I think they're re-decaled too. Speaking of decal, because they look more detailed than usual, or maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. I know the yellow one there looks the same, but like I saw some others there that look a little bit different and such. Yeah, I need to decal this one a bit more, matter of fact, for the snow one. Just add a bit more spice to it. So far, I just add snow and checker packs. That's really it. So I'm trying to think out of the box. I don't want to be, you know, same old. So I do want to be inventive about my decals a little bit. So you don't want to do the same thing. Oh God, slaying right into it. But yeah, I guess the other thing to mention too that the Tundra is also in sports speed too, but unlike the Raptor, which hit like 530, the Tundra hits about like 450, I believe. That's technically really good in endurance racing matters. If that's still good, because I hope that's still good. I would think that'd be good, but you know, never know, never know. Thing goes. But it does show that yeah, the F-150 is gonna beat the Tundra at the end of the day because they have higher acceleration as a trade for that 530 horsepower. Because yeah, when there's something that has higher horsepower, they're most likely gonna have better acceleration. The trade-off is they burn more, and probably strain more. That's Then the Raptor weighs 6,000 pounds. This weighed like 5,300 initially. I will say when I hit the sports category, I also do a weight reduction once. So as a result, the Raptor went down to like 5,300, where the Tundra went down to like 4,600, I believe. That first shave, holy crap. It's like you took like the biggest parts off the truck somehow. Dang, that's a lot of shielding. For a big truck for some reason. I don't even know why. But yeah, I'm just looking at all these decals though, very unique in regards, especially the blue with the green rims. I don't know what to say about that one, I must say. Oh, I'm not saying it's pretty, but it's something, it's something. It's a bit of a twist. But yeah, basically just a short race around the Colorado Springs. But yeah, if I had to say, this dirt track kind of sucks because how bumpy it is. Yeah, look at that, holy crap. It's great for trucks though, it's just not great for off-road vehicles. Yeah, I think that's the one benefit, you know, being big burly trucks is that, oh yeah, you're gonna take these bumps like no problem. But yeah, I still say though, they need to add the street trucks though. Add some street trucks, Gran Turismo. Please add some street trucks. Like, I mean, just turn around and add the Colorado SSR concept for God's sakes once again. Because that was a cool street truck that Chevy did. Sadly, I don't think it came to fruition though. And then if you want to add another street truck, technically a street truck, it's the Dodge Ram SRT10. Which I had the Viper's motor. Now, is that much special? Not exactly, but it's something. So off to the race of turbo sports cars at Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit. Which I am driving, and this is a funny one. The Abar 1500 Bispoto Bertone Automotive Technologically 1, maybe. It might be something like that, or it's completely something else. I don't know, I didn't read it, so I don't know what the BAT means. But yeah, the Abar 1500 Bispoto BAT 1, 1952. But yeah, this car is phenomenally advanced, I gotta say, if you kind of think about it, because yeah, 1952 they made this kind of concept car, and this concept car was basically essentially what would become the future, which is a car that has not only a normal steering wheel, it also has a radio in the middle as a console, and then you also have a glove box dashboard on the side. Because yeah, this car was basically the fundamental essential of a car in the future, I would say. Because yeah, 1952, think on that. It's like crazy. It was definitely way past its time. It really shows too, considering it looks like a spacecraft on wheels at the end of it. It looks like something that would be in the Jetsons if they had a sports car. That's how fucking cool this car looks like at the end of it. If there's anything weird about it, it's the weird front headlight in the front, which I think it's funny because I think you control that headlight and actually move it too. Some kind of steering thing you can do with that. So yeah, you can also use that light to like look around things what's in front of it. You know, something like that probably not gonna work that well, I would think. Besides, maybe looking at something direct. That's about it. Other to say, this car hits 186 and barely. So yeah, this thing is max power to 288. Cause yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower. Initially, it's only like 90 less horsepower. It's not a whole lot for this car, but it also technically didn't really need a whole lot anyways because it's already good enough for what it does. But yeah, this thing hits about 186 miles per hour in the sports speed once again with 1 weight less weight reduction. Yeah, I'm basically just gonna be doing sports speed throughout this. Basically at the end of the day. Except for 2 cars, which was the 130 that was the Land Cruiser, which I could have turned around and did 186. I probably should have, to be honest, but just to keep trend going. But the last one, no matter what, I'm going to go pretty high on the miles per hour for the next one. The next one hits 217 miles per hour. It hits 350, but it's going to be a bit more of a surprise because it's a car you just wouldn't think it would do, but it does, and it has, the best part, it has the same amount of horsepower as this Bertone here. So, Abra Bertone, so yeah. So basically in terms of candidates though, we got the Impreza 22B from 600 WC, we have the Civic Type R FL5. That's technically one of the new cars for this event, somewhat. You got the Garage RCR Civic, which, yeah, that's like one of the early ones too when it comes to updates anymore. It's funny. Then you got the Super RZ, the GR Super RZ up ahead here, and then you got Escort RS Cosworth, which is, I believe, the new car for this event. Because the FL5 was a previous one. The Escort came later. If I recall. I don't think they're on the same line, I wouldn't think. But you know, I could be wrong. But yeah, just driving at basically decent speed and sports hard tires, which, you know, I didn't think I would beat these guys with this car at the end of the day. I was just fluke testing at the end of the day. I just didn't think it could. It did. It somehow did with racing hard tires no less. I'm just shocked it even did that to begin with. It's like, wow, they actually beat these guys. It's like, okay, and also handles really good for a 1952 car. I mean, I know the rigidity upgrade will probably fix all flaws that it might have had, but damn, it does the job. Yep, so we got Lancer Evo Tommy Mackinnon, the R34, got the 400R, a 911 Turbo, the RWR, I guess you'd call that one if I recall. What that's based off of. So it's black. It has the crazy wings that the 911s are known to have. Well, early 911s. Nowadays they don't have anything like that, very much. Well, they technically do. It's the DRS drive one, but yeah, I'd still say something that's more crazier than that one. And then you got the GR Yaris. Looking nice. Looking nice. Very well presentable for this event. I need to try that car a bit more. If there's one problem I noticed about the Yaris though, it has terrible go drag. I think drag's like no tomorrow. Then you got the Nissan GTR. R35 in other words. M2 Competition. Hope I said that right. Probably M2 Competition. I'm gonna guess M2 Competition. Yeah, basically got the bros going at high speeds here, because yeah, they're probably the fastest ones out of this competition, because they are slowly creeping up to one to another. As they're creeping up to the Impreza as we speak. Because I think previously when I was looking at them, they were a little bit further back. Yeah, look at them just creep up though. Holy crap. They must be the ones that are supposed to be the 650 pp, I'm guessing. Which I'm not surprised. That M2 is way faster than most of the competition here. Heck, I think it's in like 450 horsepower, so it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy car. And yeah, I would definitely still kind of say the successor to the M3 GTR in some ways. So just the looks of it, it just reminds me of the M3. Where the M3 at this point got butchered. So it has a pig snot nose and everything else. Just I don't know what they think. I don't know what's their design team over there at BMW, but stop making blocks. That's all I'll say. You're making these weird ass brown blocks. Like, stop doing that. Make a freaking sedan. Like, make your M2 look like an M2, not like whatever the heck that is, because I don't think Gran Turismo will turn around and add those anytime soon, because I haven't seen not one of those. That's my part. I will say we did confirmation for the next update, which is the best part. The next update we are definitely getting the Reno S-Space F1 for sure. They have confirmed in that update we're definitely getting that. Which, thank God. The problem is we gotta wait till December here. I don't know if it's gonna be early December or later. So the fun part. And then you got the Mine Skyline, the FTO GP version R, I believe it's called. There's a lot of fun cars along the way. And then some guy's car got awarded too. A Honda Prelude, matter of fact, so we might end up seeing that Prelude sometime sooner or later here. Although, don't be a while, because as someone said, like example, that Garage RCR Civic, that was a 2017 winner, and that's one of the new ones. So it took that long for them to scan that car to make the car, virtually. Because yeah, I will say, when it comes to scanning, these usually take a while until the car is actually in. Which, I know people want like immediately, but they want to make sure they want to get every... Which, I am excusing at this point. I do kind of believe they want to make sure to get every angle of the car at the end of the day, so that way they don't have to turn around and re-get another data scan of the car. They probably want to make sure to get every scale possible you can get out of it. So that way, when they make the car, they have it on floor immediately, no matter how many times the engine changes in the game. I feel like that's probably why they're doing that. Otherwise, yeah, it takes like years process for that scan. Because, example, they did the Lamborghini Espada, I believe it's called. Something like that. I hope I said that right, but yeah. That's one of the other ones that they also data scanned way back. But yeah, that Honda Prelude, pretty interesting. It has a F20B motor and a Garrett turbocharger, which that sounds pretty crazy. But yeah, that was one of the SEMA winners recently. It's shocking. So yeah, that will eventually hit Gran Turismo sooner or later. I can't say soon enough, but on the list, I guess, as the saying goes. Yeah, the next car I guess they're going to be adding will be the 2018 one. Or what's the winner of the 2018 one, maybe? They're going all over the place about this. I'm not really sure. I need to check who won the other similar awards and stuff. Okay, so after checking, apparently there was a Ford Mustang in the next year after that Civic. That might show up eventually here. Other one is a station wagon. It's like, holy crap, a Ford Country wagon, I believe what it is. But holy crap. It's like, okay. And then, I'm not gonna say all of them, but the ones I kind of remember here is a Buick Invicta Custom. That one's freaking cool. I get the feeling that's based off that custom one that we saw in the previous Grand Transfers and stuff. Because, yeah. There's also the other award cars that we add too, like the HBA Motorsports Volkswagen, the other Buick Custom, matter of fact, and then another one is the, I'm seeing here, was a Dodge Challenger one, or not Dodge Charger, yeah, Dodge Charger. Dodge Charger someone modified the crap out at the end of the day. And then I saw a Camaro that was pretty cool too. It's like, whoa, that's pretty sick. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy ones in the future if we end up seeing them or not. I will say it does depend on the person's signature if they want to give a go-ahead, if they want to get the car scanned for the game at the end of the day. I hope they all just kind of say yes at the end of the day. That would kind of suck if someone would say no. That would be just kind of stupid, to be honest. But yeah. So, just driving the Abra 1500 Biscotto Bertone to victory at this point. Yeah, you can technically just call it Bertone too, because it has it right there. Yeah, Bertone, Bat 1, 1952. Crazy little car. Crazy car, that's just so far in the future. It shocks me. Very much shocks me. Because yeah, this is a car that basically sets the standards for most cars in the future. So, does it look like a mean, lean coupe like this, and you know, have radio, steering wheel, just damn. Abra knew how to make a car at a time. Problem is, those parts were probably expensive at the end of the day, so it just wasn't there just yet. It took a lot longer and such. But yeah, that's it for the Abra Bertone. Sotto Bertone. Nice freaking car. Yeah, I recall this is a Pebble Beach winner. But yeah, pretty car, pretty car. So now off to the biggest event of this weekly, which is the World Touring Car 700 at Dragon Trail Gardens Reverse. Which I am driving the Honda S660 2015. Not just any S660, the one with the 2+4 motor swap to do, because yeah, I will say these K cars, they do have engine swaps, and these engine swaps can be really crazy, because in the S660 case is that you can turn around and put the bike motor, the 2+4 car, in this car at the end of the day, which overall makes this car so much better in terms of if you want to put in the faster pace of things, like the Grade 4 race, which I only suggest at that point the Grade 4 race, because trying to get a K car to hit Grade 3 performance would be flat out insane. But not insane enough when, you know, there's a little tiny fan car going around just breaking records day by day, too. I can't remember what that one little car was called, but someone made this crazy fan car, and it hauls ass at the end of it. And this car kind of feels like an inspirational bat at the end of the day, as it's got a 288 horsepower bike motor of a V4. Well, one of Honda's bike motors at the end of the day in the car. Which I don't know if it's a fusion blend like the Suzuki GT, where that motor's a V8, even though it's not technically a V8, it's two V4s put into a V8. This, I think, is just straight up just a V4 if I recall. So, that's the S660 with a 2+4 bike motor, which, yeah, this thing's insane. Because it only hits up to 350 and it was very tight on doing so. That will suck. On top of it. So yeah, for this is pretty good though, like I said. And such. The other choice, if you want to bring another pocket rocket, there was the Honda Beat, there was the S500, I think it's called, or something like that. Could be wrong, could be like S800 or something like that. But basically that old car, and then you can also have the Suzuki Cappuccino with the RX-7, which might be the better one at the end of the day, because seeing the little cake, although I will say it might be innovative to do a cake car with a bike motor. I am curious about that. Because the problem about bike motors is that they do technically burn more emissions, so as a result they burn more fuel faster. And it kind of shows throughout this race, I will say. It still will only carry about, I want to say 5-6 laps, about as much as these Grade 4 cars do, as a matter of fact. So that's a good part, because the Grade 4 cars do have a fuel ticket big distinction, but they are bigger than the normal production cars. So yeah, this guy decided to spin out. How do you spin out in an all-wheel drive car? Let's see this again. This freak out. If there's anything else, I will say, what's a bonus about the little S660 with the bike motor? Wheels or tires, not a problem. There's like no tire burnage at all. You can run on these tires forever. I still switched them out though. I don't know why I did. But yeah, if I have any suggestion, if you want to even go faster, just slap on those racing mediums. Go even more insane. But get back to the choice of the other engine swap. You can slap the Cappuccino with the RX-7 motor, which, you know, I kind of always wanted to see Mazda do that, since, you know, rotary engines were never that really good, except for sports car means. I would suggest that they should turn around, make a K car, and slap a small rotary engine in it. I am curious how crazy would that go. I am very curious how crazy would that go. Because the RX-7 had 2 rotary motors. I'm curious if it had the Cosmos' case, which is just 1. Which I say Cosmos, I mean not the Uno's Cosmos. The Uno Cosmos had 3 rotaries. The regular Cosmos had only 1. So I'm curious if you turn around, take that motor, and snuff it into a little car, would it be insane? Or would it work very well? Because I always kind of wonder about that. Because maybe just going less is more might be the option at the end. Because when you take the RX-7 motor to the Cappuccino, it becomes one of the fastest little grade 4 cars you could ever drive. I say grade 4 loosely because as a grade 3, I don't know if it's good at grade 3 or not. I had to do some further testing on that one. But just to say though, it's about 280 miles per hour, so it's one of the fastest little pocket rockets you could ever drive. Heck, I think it's faster than the track cars, if you want to know what's insane. I think if there's one problem about the pocket rocket, this Cappuccino steering is a big factor, because at that point there's not much steering capabilities and such, I believe. Or I won't say believe, I'd say what I've seen. I could be dead wrong. I mean, I didn't really did the spoiler tweaks since I learned that now, so I wonder if doing that would make it more insane. I have to test more in the future about that. But overall, just driving the S660 to victory, to say. As we deal with these grade 4 competitors, like the Audi TT, the Genesis GT7 GR4, the Aston Martin Vantage, the V8 Vantage. Yeah, that's the V8 one, that's not the V12 one. But yeah, there's a V12 one too, I think. Hope I'm right about that. I think I'm right about that. I get confused about some things. Then there's the Lamborghini Hurricane Grade 4. Then there's the Toyota 86 Grade 4, a car that I'm surprised that's still in Grade 4 racing at the end of the day. You know, I would think the Super would phase that out, but alright. Good enough. Might be good because of the fuel mileage on that one. It's pretty crazy if I recall. Not as crazy as the Lamborghini Lancer though. That's what shocks me the most. Yeah, you would think the Audi be pretty good at fuel mileage. You would think the 86 be good at fuel mileage. No. Those two are not close compared to what the Lamborghini and the Lancer Evo can do. Because as the saying goes, they do 4 laps on Le Mans. Those ones only do like 3 laps on Le Mans somehow. I'm not sure what to say on that. At the end of that. And you got the Genesis G70, which is not a bad car. Good car. Although the AI drives it like crap at the end of the day, but you know, it is what it is. You get the Dodge Viper. It's not a bad car. Although it is kind of weird to see the Viper in the middle of the pack. Usually that's usually in the upper of the pack. But no, he's in the back this time. Stay there! Stay there! Because how many times they put him up in the front, God's sake. The other choice of the upper one is the Corvette C7 there. Then you see the BMW M4, which yeah, this thing's gonna burn its fuel like no tomorrow, and I'm not sure why or how, although I've seen the C7 burn more. I don't know, that BMW M4 is weird. So I'm noticing he's half fuel, where the C7 is quarter fuel right now. So the C7 is about to go in eventually here. Got the Mustang, that might go in eventually here too. Got the Lancer Evo. The Lancer Evo still got half. So still doing pretty good. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. And again, the fuel burge is like 8, and I think the tire wear is like 10 in this race. Cause yeah, they always go a little bit over the place. You know, no matter what, I'm gonna do 6x6 or for the other ones, because I just believe that's just a better suit for them at the end of the day. And there goes the Swift Sport. So yeah, I got left now is the ASX and the Mazda 3. I will say I had to do the whole race at the end of it because it was still kind of a challenge. Because this only has performance of 641, if I recall. Not a whole lot on the plate to say, but it's good enough to beat these guys eventually here. They will give. He lives a bitch. This high revving bike motor of a car that I'm surprised there's no format of this existing in motorsports history. I feel like there should be like some kind of super case here. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm kinda shocked if not. I mean, It is kind of dangerous to drive a little pocket rocket at this fast of average of speeds and stuff because, I mean, it's already kind of dangerous of hitting like 100 miles per hour with this. To even see it just dance around corners like this, insane. Very much insane. But I went why that's also fucking cool though. See a little tiny car kick the shit out of some bigger cars because how fast it just moves around the track at the end there. And if you're able to keep it grounded at the end there. It's, you know, I wouldn't be surprised when technology is adding day by day and stuff like that. Did you know that the side airbags is the reason why the Dodge Viper died? That's the reason why the Dodge Viper died. Side airbags. Because drivers' emissions decided to force side airbags. So as a result, Dodge didn't want to pay for the side airbags, and also, you know, don't want to make the car look funky or weird, because yeah, side airbags are definitely going to be a leverage on the side of your car at the end of it. So they decided to axe the Dodge Viper. So when we see the next Dodge Viper, it's probably not going to be in the prettiest shape. I'm just going to say that now. I will say. When it comes to the Dodge Viper, considering it also needs to get rid of the V10 and replace it with a V8 too, so it's just basically going to become the Cobra. It's one with a funny way to put it. The Cobra 2.0, which at this point, I say go ahead at this point, because the only other competition of a Cobra you have left, I would say Shelby, but I don't know who really houses Shelby at the end of the day. And then you also got AC Cars who came back and is doing redos of the Cobra with a different motor and stuff. Yeah, they're back for some reason. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not saying like I'm not sure how, but they just are. And it's kind of good that they are. You know, it costs like the highest dollar, like $150,000 for a Cobra, I believe, or something like that. It's crazy, but yeah. For those resto mods Cobras at the end of the day, even though I wouldn't say much of a resto mod. I mean, the Cobra is a timeless body at the end of the day. You can do so much to a simple, fun body at the end of the day, and that's what Shelby sees in it at the end of the day. And that's why you turn around and ask AC Cobra. Because yeah, AC Cobra was the reason that body was made it. Shelby turned around and slapped a V8 in it at the end of it and such. And that V8 became one of the fastest V8s period. I still can't say to this day it's one of the fastest V8s. If someone were to turn around and modernize it, holy crap. Because yeah, I know before it has that, you know, 289 side cooler motors or 302s and stuff, but a 427 Cobra motor is insane. If there's like one trade-off for that Cobra motor, it's fuel efficiency. So if anything to modernize, it's that part. Everything else is like perfectly good. The sound, everything's so good about that motor. And if you can't control it, that's on you. That's the thing goes. Because I will say the trade-off for a motor of that heft is it gets a little stabilized like really bad. It will spin those wheels like no tomorrow. But as long as you understand the control factors of the Shelby Cobra, you're good. This base is set for life. Because if you ever control that, you're able to control anything. That's one of the tough cars to control, and it will bite you, like a Cobra does. But yeah, so getting close to win here with the S660. I freaking drive green off the Corsair a little bit, which I did not mean to. It slid itself out. It's like, oh god. A little rare occurrence of me driving bad. I still try to drive as good as I can, but there's a case I'll just slip. I don't know what. When it comes to simulation racing, action race, you're gonna see me slip big time. I'm not really a go-header about action races very much. I do like it at some action races though, like Sun Wreckfest is one of them. Midnight Clubs are pretty cool. Yeah, now I'm just racing the victory with the S660 at the end of the day, and that such. Having some fun time with this little car. And I will say, I love the vinyl I did, because yeah, I also turned around and did the vinyl, which that took an hour itself. It didn't really had to, but I just did. Anyways, so I was like, you know what, I need to make this look pretty. And I gotta say, Honda, you should make a livery like this, because good God, that is it HRC or something like that, whatever their Honda thing is here. That looks so good with the dark blue and the red. That looks so good. So pretty. And then add in the God damn it, I'm gonna butcher the crap out of the name, but the one team style to that, where they basically just stretch the decal to the side of the rear of the car. But yeah, HRC is what's called. Okay, make sure. Sometimes I'm wrong about that, but yeah, this decal, I love this decal. I did. And also, yeah, that dark blue, I would recommend that put that on every Honda car you see. That blue looks good. Look at that car just. Cause yeah, this car also fishtails too. I think it's because of how much I put down the front spoiler. I will say. Yeah, you put a lot down the front spoiler. It's putting some on the rear spoiler. Or yeah, rear spoiler. You have to be careful because it'll drain you at the top speed. Which, since it was already pretty tight, I can't really do much about that. So, in order to hit 350 miles per hour. Yep, so now just drive this to victory as I see the rest of the competitors here. Got the, I'm shocked about the NSX in third here. The Swift Sport, I'm not surprised at getting up closer because they must have did some tweaking to that component at the end. Like, he hauls ass with that Swift. But now he's up here in fourth. I've never seen that Swift so damn aggressively fast before. And yeah, he's making some records too. Cause yeah, I did save the replay so you get to see the time record and stuff. 124 he's doing, or he done at one point, which is pretty quick to the other guys. They did like 145, so it's not a whole lot, not that much of a difference. But good lord, it shows you got a pull on your hands, and it's usually that Swift sometimes. It's weird that it's that Swift too. It's gonna be your opponent too. So he just passed the NSX. Holy crap! I didn't realize he did. So he got third. That's shocking. Yeah, the only other opponent he has on hand is the Mazda 3 at this point. He's trying to get to him as quick as he can. So I'm seeing the dots there because I didn't really look back. I should have looked back, but oh well. Victory for me, as thing goes. I'm sure, but dang. As thing goes. But that basically wraps that for this weeklies. Overall, I would say maybe a C or B for the most part. I enjoyed the rest of the sports music because yeah, I turned around and had football sports music, but I was like, yeah, fuck it. When I say sports music, I mean the newscaster sports music. It's like, oh yeah, this works. This kind of works. Too bad I didn't get that car there though. That was the Suzuki GT3 one, which I gotta say that decal looks cool. Sadly though, just pocket change for these two. Which, when I say these two, these are daily ones. The weeklies are the three here. Yep. So you got 100,000 for that one, 200,000 for that one, and then strangely a 6-star ticket. I'm shocked about this, but I'm just gonna say I got 500,000. So the stack of gold bars. Not much to really say on that one. The other choice was a Honda in GT and Citroen road car. Citroen GT road car. Citroen by GT road car, god. Yeah, that basically wraps that for this week, you know, so I hope you enjoyed what you watched here. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. For now, enjoy this little teaser I tossed for it beating the crap out of these guys too wild. So until then, people, I'll see you guys all next time. You guys take care and ciao.